Good morning and welcome to our next project show of the IGLUNA virtual field campaign. The team lead from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki will tell you about their concept of a smart augmented reality-based navigation system that can be used for future Earth and space applications. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome, team lead.
Hello everyone and welcome to our project show today. Our project is called the Light Lunar Navigation Helmet. So our presentation outline is going to be like that. We're going to start with the team and tell you more stuff about our space association. Following the mission statement and the three major questions, what are we doing, why, and how? After that, we're going to have an overview of the old setup and the changes due to the coronavirus situation. Finishing with a video demo of the project and our future plans. And just a small teaser, the background picture of this slide is taken from the video demo, so stay tuned until the end of the presentation. First and foremost, the team. So I'm Spiros, the project manager, and we have Melina and Orestis in the software sub-team, Rania, who is next to me, and Ioannis at the graphics design sub-team, and Vasilis at the electronics sub-team. Team and Project Light is part of a greater space association team called BEAM. BEAM, Beyond Earth Aristotle Missions, is a student space technology team based in the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. The idea of creating the team was conceived in April of 2018. Bachelor's, master's, PhD students can be members of the team, and basically whoever is eager to apply his knowledge to new ideas and extend them to both theoretical and practical levels. BEAM supports the various projects by offering labs, meeting rooms, workshops, and mentorship. Of course, BEAM supports Project Light for IGLUNA 2020. So, Project Light, Lunar Navigation Helmet. Light shall be a gadget based on augmented reality technology for astronauts' navigation and assistance on lunar exploration missions. Basically, it will be an augmented reality agent. And now you may wonder, why do we need an AR agent? Well, safer space missions through proper navigation and guidance. And actually, not only. Designing and manufacturing a smart AR system can be used also on Earth applications. For example, low-cost astronaut training. Light and AR technology allows astronauts to the training remotely as long as they have access to a mixed reality headset. Handy when you are in a pandemic situation. Last but not least, it is a multi-use application, and its use can be expanded to different fields of technology, for instance, for medical purposes or training astronauts. Consequently, we formed our objectives based on all the previous requirements, and so we shall develop a functional AR software successfully guide the user through a predefined route, and of course help him fix a mechanism. Also, we should not forget the educational and cooperation objectives, which are to learn the process of a space-related mission through all the stages of IGLUNA, and of course, to cooperate with other teams and exchange ideas, data, and knowledge. But okay, it looks cool, but how are you going to do that? We are designing and manufacturing a smart AR navigation system. And to be honest, due to the fact that AR is a relatively new technology, some may not be familiar with it. So let's see, what exactly is augmented reality? Augmented reality is a technology that expands our physical world, adding layers of digital information upon it. Unlike virtual reality, AR does not create the whole artificial environments to replace real. AR appears in direct view of an existing environment and adds sounds, videos, graphics to it, as you see on the picture on the left. So, we exploit augmented reality technology to make space missions safer. Navigation information is displayed on the mixed reality headset, helping the astronauts always walk the right way. Health information, body temperature, pulse, hydration level are projected. Thus, the astronaut is always aware of his medical conditions. The mixed reality headset can also give the astronaut the guidelines to follow in order to fix a potential mechanism. All this information is projected through Microsoft HoloLens 1 mixed reality headset. This is actually Microsoft's smart glasses. And now Rania will tell you more stuff about the old system overview and the changes due to the corona situation.
Hello. IGLUNA 2020 exhibition was supposed to take place at Lucerne in the Swiss Museum of Transport. Specifically, our weather station electronic box would be at the Mount Pilatus, and we, remotely from the museum, would collect data to be displayed through the AR helmet. Here you can see the plans of the museum, and down to the left, the spot where we, Team Light, would set up our exhibition. So let me present you fast our past vision for the visitor experience. We wanted to create a lunar-like environment, and in order to do this, a compact and beautiful setup should be designed. For this setup, we would use 5 banners printed with a lunar space theme. In general, the concept was to create a sensation of a lunar environment through the prints of the banners, and possibly by spreading some stones and sand on the floor, for example, pume stones, or creating our own stones by styrofoam to avoid accidents. The stones would be arranged in such a way that the user would be able to walk through easily and not stumble on any of them. So, as you can see the plans, there are 3 points. At point 1, the visitors would put on the air mask and gather the appropriate tools to start the mission. Also, they would be able to ask more info about the Light project and observe the mission in a screen. And point 2, a virtual path would appear to guide the visitor to the target. The user would be able to see through the mask the surroundings of the moon environment, but also one more astronaut and interact with him. Point 3 is our target. At this point, the user would follow some guidelines given through the mask and complete the mission. But unfortunately, neither you nor we were able to travel to Lucerne for the final project, so due to coronavirus, we had to simplify our project a lot. With all the restrictions in mind, we decided to focus on the AR helmet and how we could develop our app. So what we thought is to create a video demo which simulates light performance on a lunar mission and present that way what the user would experience at the museum. The idea was again to set up an environment that looked like the moon and record the video there.
So as we told before, augmented reality basically projects holograms in the real environment. So just recording the video demo in our lab would be a real bummer. Due to corona situation, we weren't able to create a lunar-like environment, but after seeing this real photo from the moon at this slide, we had an idea. What if we find a place that looks like the moon? And we did. Well, still doesn't seem perfect, and it's far from our base too. But we said, why not? Let's give it a try. First of all, we needed someone that knew more stuff about making a mini movie than 5 engineers, don't you think? So we found this great girl who studies in the School of Film Studies, and she actually led the way. Her name is Lida Adam. We rented lights, cameras, a huge power generator, and of course a van to transfer everything to this great beach in Chalkidiki. So after a lot of hard work at Thessaloniki in our base, we needed to transfer everything to Karidi and set the scenery. We set everything up, and as you can see, it's really hot during these days in summer in Greece. We ran some tests, and after the sun went down, we started shooting. And actually, the full moon was also there to share its light to the scenery. And without any further ado, let's take a trip to the future, where Urania, the first woman on the moon, is working outside of the lunar base station. Let's see our video.
Greetings, astronauts. You have a task. There is a malfunction in the communication station 23AC, and you have to fix it.
Accept mission.
Task 1. Collect the following tools: a screwdriver, an Ethernet cable, a clamp signal meter.
Okay, Hal.
Your tools are collected. Task 2. Follow the path. When you reach your target, you will receive a notification message.
Hello there.
Hello, colleague. Listen, I'm in a hurry right now.
I know. I'm working at the dark side and I'm coming to help you.
No need, mate. I have Hal. Right, Hal?
Always there for you.
Alright, talk to you later.
Target.
You have reached your destination. First, unscrew and remove the top side of the box. Perform optical inspection. Everything seems okay. Now check the power cable. The indication is okay. Now check the Ethernet cable.
Okay, Hal, got it.
There seems to be a problem. Replace the cable.
and back to Earth from the moon. And now Rania, probably Urania, will tell you more stuff about our future plans.
Okay, our first goal after IGLUNA 2020 is to be part of IGLUNA 2021, hopefully. And our objectives are to design a prototype more approachable for the desired market and a highly configurable AR agent able to provide solutions to unexpected problems. To close, we would like to thank our sponsors, Aristotle University of Thessaloniki, BETA, and all the people that support us through our IGLUNA trip and contribute to the final outcome. All the organizers of IGLUNA 2020, and special thanks to Maria, our mentor. Hopefully next year you will be able to experience live project not from your screens, but live on your server. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Team Light, for your wonderful presentation. And I'm sure your video made all of us really jealous that we were not able to try the augmented reality navigation system this year. So we are looking forward to see it next year, maybe. And I see that we have a lot of nice comments and interesting questions in our YouTube chat. So I would like to start our Q&A session. Let's see, somebody is asking, what is the state of art of those kind of simulations and AR devices? Do NASA use this kind of equipment for their training?
Actually, I'm not sure about NASA, but ESA for sure. They started a collaboration with a company, and they're trying to simulate all the missions and even a whole environment in order to be really easy for astronauts to train even from home. If you have a headset, a mixed reality headset, you can stay home, sit on your couch and do your training as an astronaut. And actually during these crazy times, it's pretty handy. So yeah, I think it's definitely the future, but a lot of space agencies start using AR technology and VR technology also.
Thank you, great to see. So your project is really very interesting topic. And speaking of the training and using augmented reality for training, I have another questions related to that. Somebody is asking, can your system be combined with other environmental training elements? For example, using this navigation system while the user is underwater to simulate gravity conditions?
Actually, that's a great idea. And the system can actually do that because it doesn't depend on the user standing or sitting on the floor. It actually maps the environment and knows its position in respect to this environment. So basically you can use it even on the moon as it is, but of course we have to take into consideration a thermal design for all this crazy environment in the moon, or water if you do a training underwater. But the answer is definitely yes.
So you still have a lot of improvements to do for the future of your project. Let's go to the next questions. What are the dangers of doing an extravehicular activity on the moon? How are those taken, if they are taken into account in your current system?
Okay, actually this was what made us do this application. There are a lot of problems when you go on an EVA on an extravehicular activity. First of all, there is a lot of moon dust on the moon, and that's really a big problem for astronauts. And if you know where this is and you can scan it, you can alert the astronaut. Secondly, we would like to project all the health data that the astronaut needs, and we can also project data from the astronaut suit. Astronaut suits are really important because they need to be well ventilated and the heat flux must be controlled, or the radiation. So there are a lot of dangers when you go out on the moon. And our application can project this information and alert the astronaut to not be in this place, this dangerous place on the moon. Also, it can navigate the astronaut, which is pretty important when you don't have GPS systems and other systems on the moon.
Thank you for your answer. I see that there are a lot of questions, so I'm trying to find whether some of them are related. I see that there was indeed a question. I think you answered it already, but I will read it. Can your software incorporate life dangers for the astronauts and recalculate the best alternative options? So I guess the answer is yes.
Yeah, it's yes, but it's not done already, right? I mean, it needs a lot of improvement, and we're doing baby steps as the AR technology itself. It's pretty hard, but step by step we can reach the target. We can reach our goals.
Yes, thank you very much. On the equipment and the technology, somebody is asking, would the equipment itself work to further train while being on the moon, or would it be affected by the partial gravity there?
It's kind of the same like the previous question with the underwater situation. So I would say yes, but of course it needs to be tested. And a good test would be the underwater test, of course. You need to properly design the whole helmet to have inside the AR system and not be in danger from all this low pressure and low temperature and everything.
I think this also answers another question that I see in our YouTube chat. Somebody was asking what the technology is intended to use only here on Earth. So
yeah, it's actually the target was to use it on the moon, but then we need a lot of time to go to the moon. So first of all, let's use it on Earth, and it's applicable. It's a multi-use application. When you need to fix something, if you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, and you need to fix something, you need to have a surgery, AR technology can be there for you to help you, to make it easier for you, to remind everything you need to do to make a surgery safer or fixing a mechanism easier.
Indeed, thank you very much. Somebody is asking, do you think projects like yours can make the general public more likely to enjoy space technologies and their importance?
I think so, because it's a futuristic, and it has it's like a game, you know. And if I think everyone can be really amazed when they wear this mixed reality headset, or when they wear a virtual reality headset. So it's really sad that we saw everything now online. But let's hope next year we would be in Lucerne and everyone can come and wear this mask and try the mission. And I think if you do this, if you see the potentials, then of course you will be closer to all the space technology, and you know, you're gonna want to know more about that.
Yes, and I see that definitely our people here, that they were really curious about your video that you showed, because I see that we have some comments and questions asking, for example, can we use the system from our desktop as a video game? Just as you already mentioned, that it could be like a game. And somebody is also asking, have you considered releasing your AR concept on web or app for the public to be able to try and provide the feedback?
That's a great idea, and I haven't thought about it actually, because you know, it's not really common to have a mixed reality headset at your home. They are really expensive, but maybe we can somehow transform the application to be able to use it on your phones, on your mobile phones, in order to be like more reachable for the public. Because AR technology, as I told you, it's doing baby steps, and it's pretty at the start now, so it's really expensive. I'm pretty sure that after some years, everyone will have a mixed reality headset at home. And actually, I'm not sure if it's 100% sure, but I think Apple also announced that then after 2025, something like that, they're gonna stop selling mobile phones and they're gonna start creating a mixed reality headset where you're gonna have everything inside. So you're gonna see people going around, waiting around, wearing smart glasses and pressing on the air. But yeah, we'll see.
We'll see indeed. Looking forward to see such technologies in the future. I see we have a comment in our YouTube chat from our Swiss astronaut Claude Nicollier, so I would like to read the comment to you. Nice presentation, thank you very much. It looks like we will be able to lower the qualification level for astronauts. They will be told and visually aided about what to do all the time. So maybe someday you would like to invite Claude Nicollier also to test your system in real life.
That would be a real honor, actually, and we thank him for his words.
I have some questions also from the audience about more details of the system, of the software. Somebody is asking, how is the tool scanning done? Is it a mock-up scripted for illustration, or do you implement a computer vision-based system or any other technique?
Yeah, in the lab, it's we've done it using camera vision, and it needs internet to run. So when we went there, it was pretty hard to upload the picture, do all the process, and say, okay, this is the tool, it's right. But it works when you have internet. It's a bit slow. We've been thinking of changing the way. We've been thinking of incorporating all the model inside the application, but we didn't have the time to do it this year, but it's one of the main targets, the main goals after IGLUNA 2020, definitely.
Thank you. It's a pity you didn't mention it in your presentation, but I remember it from one of the reviews when you were telling us how it starts to work, the tool recognition. That's really exciting. I have another question on a related topic. The question is, why didn't you highlight the selection of tools on the table itself? Is there a specific reason why it was done differently?
Yes, and the fact is that it's what we said in the previous question. It will be really difficult for the custom vision program to identify an object and highlight it. We could do this using QR codes. The common QR codes can be scanned really easy, and the mixed reality headset can identify the object and highlight it. But we didn't want to do it like that. We want to be like everything is free, everything is like it is in the normal life, and that was the challenge also. So that's why we did the scan tool, because it's easier to have just one tool and scan it and say, okay, this is a pen. But if you have a lot of tools, then it's going to be really complicated for the application.
I have even more questions from the audience about the details of the software. Somebody is asking, can your system be configurable to give commands using the eye blinking?
To use commands, okay, eye blinking. With this headset, no, but if you use a different headset or if you integrate a system that scans your eyes, then of course, I'm not sure if it's really easy, but now that I'm thinking, it can be done because you can always have inputs from other devices in the headset. So even if the headset cannot scan your eyes, cannot scan if you blink or not, then you can build a system that scans your eyes and then tells the device that, okay, he blinked, do this. So difficult, but yes.
I see that after this presentation today, you have a lot of ideas for the future development. So thanks everyone for your comments and questions. For sure, that's very useful for the team, for the inspiration. I see one more question. What changes your system should undergo to be adapted to the lunar conditions? For example, lunar dust, would that be taken into account?
Yeah, but actually the last target for the lunar mission, it would be to actually create a whole helmet. And if we create a whole helmet, then we're gonna take into consideration all these difficulties, all these harsh conditions. So lunar dust, low temperatures, low pressure, no gravity, low gravity. All this is going to be taken into account when we reach the point that we actually manufacture our helmet. First is the AR application, then is the helmet, then is the moon.
This is a great motto, thank you. I do not see any further questions from our YouTube chat at the moment, but thanks a lot everyone for submitting the questions, and thank you team, this is a really interesting discussion with you. We have a bit of time if you would like to say a few words to conclude your project.
What should I say? It was a crazy year, and I think we did what we could. There has been some sleepless nights, but we would like to actually reach our goal, and we applied for IGLUNA 2021, and we actually target even higher. So thank you for having us on IGLUNA 2020, and thank you for your support. And really happy to be in this great organization, and hopefully we'll be together the next year too.
Thank you very much. We were also very happy to have you here in the IGLUNA 2020 this year. So with that, I would like to conclude our project show. Thank you very much, Team Light, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you everyone for so many interesting questions that made this a very exciting discussion with the team after their presentation. And stay tuned. In the afternoon, we have another project show from the team LDMS from the University of Bern. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.